Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
How's everybody doing today? I don't know if I was a little lagged, but shit, like I told everybody, Knicks and 6 gentlemen, we smacked the ish side of Atlanta on to the next series. Boston is getting clapped, but we're not here for my Knicks takes, as much as I wish that we were. So first man to the stage is the man that makes you go, fuck, it's him again. Another trivia episode? Jesus Christ. How we doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. I saw Danhausen lifted the curse, and you guys won. Thank you, Danhausen. Messed up my parlay. I had you on 7.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was really sick when I saw that thing because the Knicks curse really pissed me off. I'm not gonna hold you because Stephen A. Smith is not even a Knicks fan, bro. It's neither here nor there. Introducing somebody who represents Orange and Blue Skies, but unfortunately, it's not New York. It is your favorite wrestling analyst, a self-proclaimed wrestling guru, whatever that means. How are we doing today, brother?
What's going on? I like it. Hey, look, I represent the good Orange and Blue Skies. Maybe not of late, but let's go Mets, you know. So I represent that part of it. But I'm glad to be back with the boys for another week of pro wrestling talk. And I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it, boys.
Now listen, last but not least, he's been first. I've been calling him first lately. I left him the best for last. Introducing the founder. This was his idea. This is his show. These are his people. These are his squares. Maybe not square. I own my square. But these are his squares. This is his borders. This is his background. Introducing to the stage the founder, Marcus Hernandez. How we doing today, brother?
We're doing great, bro. The Knicks are up. We're up. It's our show. This is
God is good.
Our show.
God is good all the time.
Shirts,
I'm not gonna lie.
Shirts came in.
Merch
they're great.
came in.
Merch came in. They're freaking wonderful. They fit amazing. Shouts out Pro Wrestling Tees.
Listen, love to hear it. We're gonna start off this show how we start off every show. My least favorite segment. It is time to mark your calendars. So Tino, walk us through and walk our calendar for us, please.
All right, so we're going to mark our calendars here, as you can see by this little graphic here. Just bear with me here, channel. So we're going to take it back to 1977. It's a house show. I'm not going to go over that full card. Just one major match that stands out to me between Bruno Sammartino and the superstar Billy Graham from the Civic Center in Baltimore, Maryland, where we see Billy Graham pin Bruno, ending his championship reign. Now, I wanted to shout out this match just simply because it was Bruno's second longest title reign of 1,237 days. And besides him losing that match to Billy Graham, it was a major shift for the company at that time. Usually the heel champions were more rugged than a charismatic, entertainment-driven champion such as superstar Billy Graham was. So I just wanted to shout out that match taking place on this day in 1977. Another major one that stood out to me was AAA. AAA won in 1993 at the Plaza del Toros in Mexico City. It had drew a record-breaking 48,000 fans, which was the largest attendance for a wrestling show at that time. And this was, as I just mentioned, AAA's first major event after Antonio Pena and a group of young talent broke away from CMLL a year prior to establish a more modern, entertainment-focused promotion. And there was a few matches on that card. It was hard to get a hold of them, but I did see a couple. One match that stood out to me was a hair versus mask match between Pedro Aguado versus Mascara Año 2000, which was a bloody long match. Like, that match was honestly like prime ECW vibes. It was an insane match. Mascaro Año lost the matchup again, removing his mask, and the crowd was cheering. There were people crying in attendance. It was a brutal, bloody, just awesome match. Honestly, I suggest you guys watch that back. The main event from that match was Sin Cara's defeating Conan via interference by Jake the Snake Roberts. So there was always a WWE and Mexican wrestling tradition there, as we see. Plus 30 years later, the tradition still kind of kicking in. But the best one that took place, to mark your calendars, was 2000. It was a great backlash I was able to see on Netflix a few days ago, and to me, just beautiful pay-per-view. It was a shit ton of matches, a high quality matches, great conclusions. We got to see Edge and Christian defeat D-Generation X, which consisted of X-Pac and Road Dogg for the tag team champions. The next match that we had seen after that, it was Dean Malenko against Scotty 2 Hotty. And for me, it was probably the match of the night just from a technical standpoint. Now, I don't know how familiar you guys are with Scotty 2 Hotty, but I don't remember him being that much of a technical guru in a way. He was really good. Dean Malenko ended up winning the match with a killer reversal, reversing a top rope suplex into a DDT. The man of 1,000 hoes. I almost forgot about that guy. That was a fun match. And it was for the light heavyweight title, which he had retained. We also had seen Bull Buckhead versus and Big Boss defeat the 8PA, which was a pretty fun match, just a brutal match. We also seen for the hardcore title between Crash Holly, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Perry Saturn and Taz, where we seen Crash Holly retain. And it was a dope match going into it. A lot of storylines, Crash and Hardcore being cousins, the Hardys obviously being brothers. So it was a lot of backstabbing going on in that match. It was a pretty fun match. The other match was a squash match, to say the least, but it was a fun match between the Big Show, or the Showster, defeating Kurt Angle in that match. Again, just a fun match. It seems like at that time they had Big Show doing a lot of gimmicks, just paying homage to, I guess, past talent. The next match on that card was TNA defeating the Dudley Boys. It was Test and Albert, where you may know him as A-Train or Lord Tensai in his later years. And again, just another fun match. We got to finally see the satisfying spot where Bubba Ray Dudley hits that suplex off the third rope. It was a nice fun little spot. Another major match on that card that we got to see here, besides that, was Eddie Guerrero defeat Esa Rosas in a singles match for the European title. He had came out with China, and I was watching this match, and I'm like, yo, that's Dom, man. That's like Dom and Eddie. It's just literally like the same thing. But the main event here was really where the show rocked. It was The Rock taking on Triple H in a singles match for the WWE title. This was honestly a master class overall of booking during that show. But it worked. Despite the overbooking, the crowd stood into it that whole night, rewatching it. Shane McMahon did have bias officiating and interfere, and there was interference between Vince and Stephanie. But again, that crowd stayed electric. Triple H had hit The Rock with a pedigree. They were kind of holding The Rock up, getting ready to hit him with a chair, and it was just a massive pop by Stone Cold. It was a long-awaited return from Stone Cold. He wasn't in action for a little while, and we got to see The Rock win the championship from Triple H. It was a great backlash, definitely one of the best backlashes post WrestleMania, in my opinion, of recent memory, and that's marking your calendars with Taino.
The wrestling guru. The wrestling guru.
Can I say something?
Wait. Fun fact. Before you say something, I want to say for everybody to listen, Nit Ram was starstruck as a young child when he met Scotty 2 Hotty in an indie show. Starstruck. When I tell you, this man did not say, he couldn't say a single word because he was standing next to Scotty 2 Hotty.
I was gonna say he said, I don't know if y'all remember Scotty 2 Hotty. Scotty 2 Hotty was the first real WWE star I met. My uncle, he was working a match with my uncle, and I got to meet him. My uncle introduced me backstage, and I couldn't say a word to him. the nicest guy ever. Brought me to the ring after his match. I could not do the worm, but I stood there while he did it. Super nice.
That's amazing.
And his son's wrestling now, by the way.
Really?
dope,
No,
man.
that's amazing. No, seriously, guys. Like, I remember Scotty 2 Hotty. Like, I'm pretty sure we all did, but I remember him more, I guess, kind of gimmicky coming out doing the worm. But that match, I'm like, yo, this dude is actually really freaking good. And it wasn't like it looked like, you know, Dean was carrying. They were going at it. It was, again, from a technical standpoint, I know Channel would have not been a fan of it since he's not
Margarita
a fan of
match for
wrestling,
Channel.
but it was a really dope match in my opinion. Great backlash.
We might have to do the worm at Double or Nothing. We might have to make that happen.
Listen,
I'll try to do
listen.
Enough margaritas and Nitram's doing a double.
Nitram does a worm. I'll buy the gang some drinks. Has to be recorded though.
Hey Mark, we appreciate your comments on.
Appreciate you, big dog. I just want to say the Knicks have finished the Knicks in 6 after putting that B to A with a 51-point blowout.
Wow.
In the playoff game. I think it's the largest win in NBA playoff history, dog. And
we just talked. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish what you want to say about your Knicks.
Insanity. So I want to say this is Orange and Blue Skies always on this side. Let's go Knicks. True. Knicks in 6, always and forever. Can't wait. Appreciate you, brother. That was a good mark in the calendar. You're a sick man because I know you're actually sitting at home watching.
If I could find it. If I could find it.
It's mad funny because it's mad funny. I called Tino yesterday. Tino was like, yo, bro, I'm busy right now. Me and my girl, we watching this Backlash card right now. I'm gonna hit you later. And I heard in the background was like, Chano, help, please. He won't stop.
You know what's funny? It's funny about that because I asked her, I'm like, hey, I'll turn it off. But she was into it was during the Dudley's match, and leading up to the match, they showed like the weeks leading into it. And she was like, yeah, I want to see if they put her through a table. And we watched the whole match, and she liked it. She like after that I turned it off. So it was, but she stood for the Dudley match.
Listen, that's pretty fire, man. Listen, even though it's Orange and Blue Skies and it's good vibes right now, it was not good vibes last Friday. So as you can tell, the name of the episode is called End of Watch. It was a couple wrestlers end of watch on the WWE tour this past Friday. And I really wish Mike was on this show because Mike offers a different perspective of what I'm about to spew. And I do have to disclose and forewarn everybody. I say this with the best intentions for everybody.
Hater alert.
It's gonna sound absolutely wicked. But let's go through the cuts. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Bo Dallas, Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, the Motor City Machine Guns. That was my most surprising, by the way. Apollo Crews, Santos Escobar, my second most surprising since they re-signed the man. Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Andre Chase, Dante Chen, and there was a few others that I can't necessarily find on the list at the moment. However, like I always say, wrestling nowadays is so mainstream. If you do happen to get cut by WWE, it's not the end of your career. There's so much money to be made on the indies now that you can survive for a couple of years, reinvent yourself, and become undeniable. Look at Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre got cut or he left. He went to TNA, did some couple things. He came back to WWE looking like Drew McIntyre ate Drew McIntyre and became world champion, defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Something a few men have had the honor to say. So that being said, this is where that craziness is going to come out. I'm glad these people got cut. Not because it's the one of the livelihood. They weren't appreciated at WWE. And now they get to flourish, shine, and thrive in other promotions and on the indie scenes where they will be appreciated, where they can reconnect with their core fan bases and people who genuinely support them. And not for nothing, to kind of put this on the WWE Universe and WWE fans, this is kind of on you guys. You know what I mean? Especially in the sense of like Kairi saying, like everybody loves Kairi and everybody was like really shell-shocked when she was named and she got released. But where was the support for her prior to her getting cut?
She was on storyline.
she was in a storyline, and I do
storyline.
And I understand that. I understand that fully. You know what I mean? Because somebody mid storyline is absolutely bananas, but they clearly didn't. They clearly didn't like appreciate her. You know what I mean? Would you rather be like held on just to be held on, or you want to thrive where you thrive?
So
I would.
Go ahead.
They
Sorry.
didn't give her the chance. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. But
No, bro.
They didn't give her the chance to get the big babyface pop that we built to. We built to Kairi Sane finally telling Asuka to stick it in Japanese, and we would have all popped because she finally stood up to her bully, and then she wins the big match and she gets a chance. Now she fails after that, it's whatever. But this is the second time they've done this with Kairi Sane, where they cut her mid storyline. We got no payoff.
No, and listen, I'm with you, right? I'm with you with that. I believe it. I genuinely believe it would have paid off and she would have got the babyface pop. But my fear is she would have became Maxine Dupree in the sense where she won the Intercontinental Championship, dropped the Intercontinental Championship, enter another storyline, and do absolutely nothing afterward. It's not none of the faults of these wrestlers. I'm not putting the blame on them. They are creative, didn't obviously know how to use these people.
So I just want to say this really fast, just on the Kyrie standpoint. So I think because you had mentioned where were the fans before she was cut. I think that's why we were so upset, because we finally got behind her. Much to Nitram's point, she was part of the middle of a storyline, and to me, it felt like the crowd was on the edge of our seats every week, waiting for her to just break and just slap Asuka right in the face and just make her a major baby face. And them failing to capitalize on that storyline just shows a lot where TKO, I believe, stands. I believe this is not, I know WWE has to maybe approve of it, but I feel this is not necessarily a WWE decision. Kyrie was, again, in the middle of a hot storyline. Every week we was waiting to see what would happen. In terms of everyone else who got cut, in my opinion, there are a few names who's kind of like, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. But in terms of Kyrie, it's kind of like, absolutely not, man. She's a star. And Maxine Dupree is amazing as well, but they're two totally different wrestlers. And making Kyrie a baby face every single week, having her on TV, showing what she could do in that ring, how could you fail on that?
So here's the thing, right? One, Kyrie hasn't been wrestling on TV in singles matches for a little bit. She's been in the tag division, which is fine. And I use Maxine as an example. Here's an even better example. Not even Maxine. Somebody else who was recently cut with her. Zelina. All right? For the past 2 years, I've been very vocal. They have not been using Zelina well. To the point where I thought Zelina was a cut candidate the last 3-4 times they were doing cuts. Because they had absolutely nothing for her outside of the LWO. Even then, the LWO was shaky. I thought she was always on the bubble. Then she won the United States Championship, and they did absolutely nothing with it. Once again, this isn't her fault. Creative has nothing for that championship in a general aspect. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's miserable being the United States champion on SmackDown, women's side. It was the same for the men's for a while as well, but it's seeming to pick up.
It's not miserable if you have good creative. You think it was miserable for Chelsea Green? I think she was having a blast.
I mean,
Chelsea Green's happy with whatever you tell her, bro.
She's one of the few. She can make anything work.
She can make anything work. But like, they did nothing with Zelina. You know what I mean? And it's rough, and that's why I'm happy for them. And Aleister Black, that was kind of shaky for me, but I'm sure he doesn't mind because he still gets to be with his wife, which was his first priority in the first place.
Yeah,
I think the Aleister Black thing, people need to kind of look at it in a different aspect. He got cut one time, right? And everybody was like, oh, that was a Vince cut. Came back, got cut again. You know what I'm saying? Got cut from AEW. He was released. He wasn't a contract expired. He got cut. I think at some point we need to look at it and be like, there's a reason why Aleister Black, and it's not talent. I'm not saying the man got talent out his ass. You know what I mean? But there's something about Aleister Black that it just seems locker rooms don't like. And I think at some point as fans, we kind of need to be like, this kind of makes sense. Like third time, you know what I mean? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. But, a fool can't be fooled again, as George Bush would say.
Sounds like Nick Ram's getting ready to load the chopper. But I mean, I agree with you. There's it's got to be something else, right? It can't be the wrestling. It can't be It can't be your gimmick or whatever because everything's there, right? Aleister Black has everything you want in a wrestler. But what's the issue? You know what I mean? What's the toxicity about this man that nobody? You kind of heard the rumors in AEW. He didn't want to put his back for nobody. He didn't want to get pinned. Blah blah blah. I don't know if you could really believe into that because it's wrestling. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. It's the name of the game. But there's got to be something about Aleister Black that when he goes into that ring, I guess the man just thinks he's better than everybody.
But now the Zelina thing shocks me because I think Zelina, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this, Zelina has a Hall of Fame career. Like when we hit a certain point, you look at Zelina's statistics. Zelina had a Hall of Fame career, and I think Zelina's one of the best. And I say this with the most respect to her. She's one of the best jobbers you have. Zelina can make anyone look good. She makes small people look good. She made big people look good. Zelina's a really good promo. She's a great manager. And like I said, I think she had a Hall of Fame career. Inaugural Queen of the Ring, United States champion, tag team champion. She's done a good amount of work in the WWE. So for the fact that they released her, I think that's shocking to me. I thought she was a lifer. So the fact that she's gone, it kind of does bother me because it's a Dolph Ziggler thing. I was bothered when they released Dolph Ziggler because to me it was like Dolph Ziggler, somebody who does all the work, didn't ask for anything, and we still let him go. And that's how I feel about Zelina. Zelina did all the work to make so many people look good, and you know what I mean. But I am thankful, like they gave her a flower. She got to do the match in Puerto Rico. It's never going to get bigger for her than that. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. So I think Zelina was a shock in the sense that I think she's one of the best workers to make stars out of.
And here's the thing: I can see all the points you make, right? I can see every single one, but unfortunately, there was a big crop of women from NXT coming up, and you just had to make the space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sense. And it's super unfortunate because you never want anybody to lose their livelihood in any sense of the matter. But like I've said since the beginning of the segment, I'm happy for these people because they finally get to wrestle where they want to be. You know what I mean? And where they're appreciated. Because it's like, look at it. My fault. Let me finish this little tangent. Look at Charlie, formerly known as Dakota Kai. She's wrestled twice since her release, and she was just at an interview with CVV, and she was like, I'm taking it day by day. I wrestle when I want to, how I want to wrestle, how I want it booked. And that's how she's going about her business. Look at Cora Jade. Cora Jade went a completely different route. I think she's still wrestling occasionally.
She's in TNA.
Oh yeah, she is in TNA. My apologies. You're right. Mm-hmm. So she is Elena Black in TNA. These people are redefining their careers on their own terms. There's a couple of other people who got. So it's not the end of the road of them. The Wyatt Six. I don't know if this was cut or everybody's contract just expired. If they cut them together, that's
so. The rumor on Twitter, which we know is not 100% accurate, was Bo Dallas' contract came up, and if they didn't have Bo Dallas, they didn't want none of them. And I don't know how true that is, but I could see that being the case.
That's fair.
So speaking of lifers, my apologies. Speaking of lifers, Nit Ram mentioned that he thought Zelina Vega would be a WWE lifer. I kind of felt the same thing with Bo Dallas. I mean, I can't really speak for the rest of the Wyatt Six, but Bo Dallas having that connection with his brother and his brother being how iconic he is in Bray Wyatt, and just that whole lineage of family of wrestling. It's I'm surprised he was cut as well. I think out of all of the Wyatt Six members between Bo, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, and Joey Gacy, I'm honestly most excited to see what Joey Gacy could do. Joey Gacy could work. I think that out of the whole group, he's probably the most underrated. And if he had to go somewhere, obviously the Indies, the other major umbrella in wrestling would be AEW, where I personally think he would thrive in. But I'm excited, just like you, Chano, in a sense of you kind of get to see what this talent is about to do. You get to see what this talent is about to do. It's are you going to just stay with the fame from your name that you made in WWE, or are you going to go out there and grind and show how much you love this business and how much you love the fans? And that's what I love the most, I guess, from some of the cuts. You get to see the passion from a lot of these stars. Is either are they going to grind it out, or they're just going to sit back and collect the royalties or whatever it is.
You know, it's actually mad funny. No, it's not.
What's
It's
that?
not funny at all. But like, could you imagine if the Y6 go on the Indies?
As
Could you
what?
ima-
The Rotunda
could you
6.
The Rotunda 6?
And they don't got to come out in mask or nothing at all, dog.
Just
Just
them?
come out as themselves. And it's really unfortunate for Joe Gacy in the sense where, Tyner, I agree with you. You don't know who Joe Gacy is on the main roster because the moment he was called up, he was thrust into this Y6 role. All the other guys and all the other wrestlers, you knew who they were.
I mean, but it made sense for to do that with Joe Gacy. He wasn't going to bring Schism to the main roster.
No.
Was that gonna work?
Of course not. No, of course not. But I'm saying is he was brought up in a very specific gimmick, and he didn't do anything else. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine
So-
Ava on the main roster with Schism, bro?
I'm not gonna hold you, dog. TK would have been throwing money behind it.
Jason
It would be the
CM
women's
Punk?
world champion right now.
She would be the women's world champion. You're absolutely right. She would be the women's.
She'd
world
be
champion.
women's world champion, dog. So listen, who
What
else?
about what about? How do you guys?
If
how
I
do you guys
can real
feel
quick
that-
on the Wyatts, I think the
Go
other
ahead.
thing about it was that we were never gonna really be happy with it. It was a tribute, right, to his brother, and it was nice. But it's like if they lose, we're like, what's the point? If they win, we're kind of like, this is goofy. It was never gonna have that Bray Wyatt inspiration because Bray Wyatt's hands were no longer in it. You know what I mean? It was a watered down version of his vision, and I don't think it really caught on because of that reason.
Yeah, and besides that, it's a little too gimmicky because it's amazing and cinematic, but once you get to the ring, it's kind of like what could you do? And those guys could go. No disrespect to any of the members, but when you first showed the Y6 and the whole back of the locker room is dead, and then the next week you're coming out through like the front entrance, the main entrance. To me, it looked wonky. You just murdered the locker room. Maybe you come from the crowd. Like it's just little things. Again, I'm nitpicking here, but it's just little things that I feel didn't work. You know, just didn't really work with the riots. In terms, again, just piggybacking off NitRam, Twitter isn't the most reliable source, but apparently they don't want too much dark, mysterious wrestling in the company. Whatever the point is, they never really see. The Wyatt 6 was never going to make it to its full potential just based on you always need some type of faction to go against them. And there's only but so many factions. It's so much you can do with them.
I don't even think it was that. I just think the Wyatt 6 sounded amazing on paper. The vignettes look great.
I agree.
But you know what's the one thing you really can't do in wrestling that Bray Wyatt did and made it look great? Is wrestle in the dark. And when the lights are on, they look goofy. They look silly. They weren't scary. So it was just like, Nikki Cross did a great job. But the rest of them,
She was still scary with the
what
lights
did me
on,
trying
I
to
agree.
say is the moment they took their mask off, they're just workers. They're
But
basic wrestlers.
even to that point, right? May he rest in peace. We all love Bray Wyatt. But let's be honest, did anybody enjoy it when he was doing the Mountain Dew pitch black match and he had all that neon paint? We shitted on it. You know what I mean? Like they don't get it.
It's 'cause
And that's the problem. WWE doesn't get it.
That
Well-
might be the issue. What about
Well,
you saw they released the ops, right? You saw that. You guys saw that? And we're taking all applications because our ops was released.
Listen, it's not, listen,
we no longer have any rivals. So if you want to be our new rival, AEW's always
It's-
open. You know?
Listen, it's mad funny. When Chase U got disbanded, me and NitRam, we saw the foreclosure sign and we threw our whole entire life savings into the Chase U University building, and that is a current Hate U University. We got it for pennies on the dollar, and we teach everything that we hate about wrestling. Me and NitRam are truly the founders of Hate U because we hate you. No. There's things we hate about wrestling.
Listen,
Andre Chase. Listen, I'm happy for Andre Chase. The reason I'm super happy for Andre Chase because he no longer has to wrestle in that hot ass fucking sweatshirt no more. You know what I mean? I know my man's was baking every episode, and I give him so much props, bro, because I would never be able to wrestle in that hot ass sweatshirt. My man's was wrestling with dress shoes, jeans, or khakis.
No, he had the Jordans on. He had the Jordans. on.
He did have some
Ones.
Jordans,
He had the ones.
bro. My man's was getting cooked.
We'll
the-
see what's in store for Andre Chase. It's funny.
I'm not gonna
whenever
lie. I don't
watch-
want to sound like that guy. I don't think there's anything in store. For him.
You know
We'll
what's
see. No,
funny?
we'll
That's
see. We'll
that's
see.
that's That's what I was gonna say, right? Like, not to sound like a hater or anything. Like, I hope he's very successful in the rest of his career or whatever he does. But it's like, even when I watched NXT, and he was on it weekly or whatever. I'm like, how is this guy like the leader of Chase U? He fucking sucks. He like I try to get behind it. I was pulling for it, but I'm like, man, he's not really it for me. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what he could muster up in the Indies if he goes that route.
If you
He'll
would have
figure it out.
told me that the original Chase U would split, I would have told you the only person that has a chance to make it in that group was Thea Hale. And ironically, the only person that's still in WWE right now is Thea Hale.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
I do want to touch.
Chat's talking.
I'm looking at that right now.
Chat,
They're talking about right now.
Yeah, they're talking about her. Yeah, and I was gonna bring her up next. Too, but chat's bringing up Tyra, y'all.
Oh, I got a lot to say about this.
Dan Ram, I'm gonna let you take the floor because I did not watch LFG at all. So, my boy, have fun.
Okay, this is what makes me mad. Okay,
I agree.
you have a TV show which you push of the fact of these people are going to get their blood, sweat, and tears to win an NXT contract. That's the point of LFG season 1 and 2. They switched it for 3. It looks dumb now. I kind of don't like it, but that's not the point. She wins season 1, right, with Jasper Troy. Now we all know who Jasper Troy is because they pushed him like to the moon. Boy came in, got a title shot right off the gate, did all this. And what did they do with Tyra May? She went to Evolve. She won an NXT contract. I don't even think she was ever on NXT. So what you're telling me is the person that won this prized possession got released and never got what she was even promised. Okay, what's the point of LFG? Why should I care if I'm watching the next future greats if the future greats are in their future endeavors? What is the point?
She did have an NXT match. I remember she had like 2 or 3 of them, and then they stuck her on Evolve. It does kind of ruin the premise of it, and I do wish they would have given her some more time to at least get her bearings in order. But all in all, it's
She's
a company,
medalist.
man. No, she is, and that's why Undertaker liked her a lot.
My thoughts on it when I seen the release, because I will be honest, when it comes down to Evolve and LFG, even Tuesday on NXT, they were introducing a lot of those talents from LFG and Evolve. So I guess I got to get familiar with that. I guess it just shows TKO maybe doesn't really care so much for the wrestling. As you mentioned, Jasper Troy, super entertainment, big guy. Tyra May, I guess, just doesn't hit that mark for, although she's an Olympian. You know, they more care for that charismatic character, I feel, and she just didn't fit that criteria.
Someone needs to tell the talent scouts to stop getting gold medalists. Okay, you're never going to find another Kurt Angle. This is the 3rd gold medalist that they've released. You're never going to find another Kurt Angle. Stop looking at gold medalists. Go for the silvers. Okay, they care. Go for the silvers.
Listen, if you
Angle was
stop trying now
to be a great wrestler and also to do the comedy work, it's so hard to do. So it's very true.
Listen, you never know, man. Brock was a national champion in wrestling, not a gold medalist, but that man won. Yes, TKO is in charge of creative, but ultimately, brother, they paid what, $7 billion for the company. If I paid $7 for anything, I would want creative in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. When we first started this podcast, and Marcus was laying out his outline and ideas for the show, I still wanted my piece off. You know what I mean? And then I was a whole $35 in. So listen, you spend $7 billion on something. Yeah. Who am I to tell you anything? At the end of the day, TKO is a business, and how they run it, it's a little wacky at times. It's not great all the time, but ultimately, who are we to say anything? Let's talk about Apollo Crew. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before we get to this comment on Mark, he brought up a good comment I want to touch on. What you brought? You said this surprised you. Why did this surprise you?
Because it was under my impression that the Motor City Machine Guns was going to come to WWE, and then they were going to retire and train the next generation of wrestlers. That was my thought process for Motor City Machine Guns, especially since they're older gentlemen. I'm assuming above the age of 44. You know, they have that old man twang to them. No hate. I know they did a lot of amazing work in TNA, but I really thought they were going to end up in trainers in WWE, and that was the reason why they were here. And they should drop the wrestling from WWE. It is, well, the thing that saves it, it's entertainment. World Wrestling Entertainment. Entertainment takes precedence of overall. But I'm more shocked about that. The tag team division has been in shambles for years, ever since they split the tag team championships.
Mhm.
Shambles. So to get rid of one of your better tag teams, it's confusing as hell. It's
The crowd just wasn't behind Motor City Machine Gun. Every time I'm sorry to cut you off, channel. It's just
no, you're fine.
I again wasn't super familiar with Motor City until they came to the WWE. So I did some research on them, seen some older matches. Great tag team. I think we could all agree. Maybe 10 to 12 years too late, but the wrestling itself is still good from them. As you just said, channel, they're still a top tag team if put in the right position. But I just feel, again, the crowd weren't behind them. I just remember every time on SmackDown they come out and raise your fist, like it wasn't really. No one was really bumping that. It was just kind of like, oh, it's these guys. I'm gonna get a drink.
If I can interject, the reason for that, the reason I kind of feel like they were doomed to start from the beginning is because for the most part, there's some older WWE fans like ourselves. There's some older people, but for the most part, gentlemen like ourselves and older, they watch other wrestling shows now. You know what I mean? We watch WWE for nostalgia, and we watch other things for actual wrestling. That's
You can
just
say AEW. It's fine.
yeah. I do watch AEW for the wrestling. If I want to watch a good match, if I want to watch some good wrestling, that's made me go. That's some good shit. I will watch AEW hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part,
if I want to go to a good pay-per-view,
for a lot of bang for my buck, AEW 1000%.
Yeah.
But if you want to know what's new on Netflix, you watch Raw.
But also, that being said, is WWE's core fan base right now is children.
100%.
You know what I mean? Look at Danhausen. Danhausen's wrestled what 2 matches, and he's over like Grover because he looks at the cards. He goes, "You are cursed," and he's over as hell. Wrestled 2 matches, and that's the core audience right there. So you're not gonna have anybody. I'm gonna touch on this in a second. I do want to finish the Motor City Machine Guns before I touch on the Whites killing the tag division because you're out of pocket, but you may be right. you may be genuinely right. So it's one of those things. I do want to hear from you, Nitram, somebody who is an avid indies wrestling lover and somebody who loves Motor City Machine Guns. Because you've been raving about them for years on end. Even when we did our wrestling draft and you drafted them, and I was like, I don't know who those losers are.
I also drafted Julia.
You did. You definitely did. So talk to us about this a little bit.
So for years and years, the Motor City Machine Guns had that thing where we'd be like, oh, they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And then I used to tell Mark they're probably going to go down as one of the greatest tag teams to never go to WWE. They went to WWE. I think the issue is WWE's never cared for tag wrestling past 2010. Like, they just don't care about tag wrestling. I mean, I'm not trying to take a stab, but R-Truth and Damian Priest are your tag team champions right now. WWE does not care about tag team wrestling where these guys do. It's why DIY didn't work on the main roster. Those guys cook. It's why FTR doesn't work on the main roster. We know how good FTR is. It's why a lot of great tag teams don't work in WWE because they don't care about tag team wrestling. What bothers me about the Motor City Machine Guns getting released is they didn't even try to do the single run. Alex Shelley is a former champion. Nick Sabian, former champion, and solo careers, and they didn't even give him a chance at that. So I just think they went to a company who didn't care about what they did in the past. They did it so AEW didn't get them. And it's one of those things where now we can't even say, well, with it, one of the greatest tag teams never go to WWE. No, they sucked in WWE. And it leaves a rotten taste because that's all these WWE fans that are tribalist are going to know is that Motor City Machine Guns suck. And that bothers me.
I don't think anybody's going to say that they sucked. I just think
they
don't go on Twitter.
No, those guys, don't listen to those guys.
They're not real people.
I think they're not real people. I think real wrestling fans are just going to understand that it just didn't work out. And it sucks to say that it didn't work out. And it doesn't work out for a lot of legends in the past that we thought were great that go to WWE. It just happens. You know what I mean? It didn't even work out for Sting. He did not have the best WWE run for a legend. You know what I mean?
He was old.
It was a great run for AEW. You know what I mean? It's just there's just ways to do it. You know what I mean? And creative just doesn't understand those ways. So I don't think anybody's going to say that Motor City Machine Guns sucked at the WWE. I just think they're going to say It just didn't work out.
Yeah, and I mean, at least, hey, look, they won the tag team titles. They have that on their resume. That's something that they could say that they did.
Mhm.
It works out fine for both parties, at least in that aspect. And if you're a true fan of wrestling, which of course we all are, you're gonna see what else they have in store because we know they still have a few good years left, and we want to see what else they could cook up.
So that being said, we're at the 40-minute mark, gentlemen. We'll come back after this break.
Hey folks, Rick 8-Bit here, and I'm a huge fan of Four Sides of the Ring. They just announced a brand new shop, part of Pro Wrestling Tees. In this bag right here is a shirt I got. Let me show you what I got. Okay folks, let's take a look, shall we? Take a look at this shirt. Cannot wait to rep this. Went ahead to Double or Nothing with a few of us wrestling folks. It's going to be a good time. So Chano, a few weeks ago on the show, said it was Sami Zayn and he's going to be world champion. And now I can be a world champion and rep Four Sides every single time I'm at a wrestling show. So catch their show every Thursday night around 9:30 on YouTube and other social media platforms. And go to Pro Wrestling Tees and get your own Four Sides of the Ring shirts.
That's
Atta
amazing.
boy, Rick
I know that guy.
is
Real
boy.
Let's go.
Wow.
Rick is a
Oh.
real one.
Listen,
That's
much
amazing.
love to our brother Rick.
Much
8-Bit,
love.
brother.
Hell
We
yeah.
appreciate
We love
that,
you.
my
We
guy.
appreciate you, brother.
Hope he pulls a good card in those cards. Hope he gets like
your
a Seth Rollins auto.
your first beer at Double or Nothing is on me, brother. We love you very much. We do appreciate
1000%,
that.
bro.
I do want to touch base on the rest of these cuts. This way we could talk about best fit. Apollo Crews, super grateful for him, super thankful for him getting cut and released because now he actually gets to do something.
100%.
You know what I mean? He's been a
They know he was still there.
I promise you.
I didn't even know he was still there.
This would be so good for him to actually expand. The second most confusing cut for me was Santos Escobar because they were riding this man without licenses to get him back to WWE because they was afraid he was going to go to AEW or CMLL. They got him back, signed him back. My man's didn't even touch SmackDown. He did like 2 AAA matches. He got re-injured and they said, "This is not gonna work for us, big dog. Enjoy this last paycheck after 90 days and you on your own." Zoe Stark. I've never seen the potential of Zoe Stark. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. But once again, I'm super grateful that she gets to explore her wrestling, what that means to her, and reinvent herself and become bigger and better than what she was in WWE.
She should have just thanked Trish.
Maybe. Alba Fire, I'm surprised they didn't cut her with Isla Dawn because all they did was make her the secret Hervis.
Yeah,
which works because Chelsea's a gem.
She made that work though. She made the best of that.
She did. And the thing is, Alba Fire is one of those wrestlers that is a way better wrestler than WWE will ever give her credit for.
Yeah.
So she's about to smash it on the indies, and she's just gonna be a dog. And Dante Chen, best of luck to you, brother. I remember seeing you in like 2-3 matches. And that's not shade. I believe when you get cut from the WWE, you get a chance. You can either rebuild yourself and make yourself a bigger name than you ever was, or you can wallow in self-pity.
Yeah.
A good example.
Or you can do this.
I'll take pictures of all of them, bro.
So here's the thing, right? AJ Francis is a good example, right? When AJ Francis got cut, it was like, man, what is he gonna do? And now he's one of the main guys on TNA. Reinvented himself. He's over like Grover. So
you can say the same thing about Leo Rush.
I'm not touching that with a 6-foot pole. That man is creepy as hell.
I dig it though. I love the character.
I'm sure you do, buddy. I'm sure you do.
He's gonna leave the Wyatts. If I can just say 2 things.
Go ahead, brother.
I don't get the Santos thing because he's injured, and I think releasing injured stars is a jacked up thing to do. At least Zoe Stark is healthy now; she can wrestle. And Luca Crucifano, they released him after giving him a whole revamp into a very, very shitty character. Like I tweeted when I saw his promo when he was doing the EDC stuff. I tweeted, I said, characters like this usually get released, and now I feel bad because I said that, and my boy got released. So that's my last 2 comments on those 2.
Nah, it's your fault, 1,000%. I blame you for everything that goes bad in my life. So why not this? All right, so let's talk about best fits.
Wait, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. I want to before we get to best fit. Let's talk about Mark's comment earlier in the show. He brought up, I guess, a way wrestlers could go out.
Okay.
Right. So he says, would it have been more beneficial for NXT call-ups to have some of these stars still on the roster to put them over, win over established wrestlers, helps new stars find their new footing. So you could have these NXT stars come out and be like, yo, I challenge you for your spot on the roster. I win, you're gone. I do kind of like that. It does kind of suck because you could kind of be like, oh yeah, they're definitely out. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to see like you're gonna a top NXT star come back and then go back to NXT because they lost to Zelina Vega. No disrespect to Zelina Vega,
I mean,
but it
not
makes
if you're
sense,
firing
you know?
that NXT star.
I guess
Spot
you're
for
right.
spot match. Spot for spot matches go crazy.
What do you guys think about that?
That's a pretty fire idea. I think they would have to work on the wording of it.
I think it's better than call downs. I think it makes more sense if a main roster star lost his spot and then was back at NXT and was like, dang, now I'm back here. I think that makes more sense than just random as, hey, we're not doing nothing with you. So, you used to be on that NXT show. Go ahead and go back there. And people act like it's a big deal. Call downs are the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
Piece of fire. That was a piece of fire.
I would say call downs are the worst, but best case scenario, again, you don't want to see anybody get released for the most part. In terms of like having NXT call ups to kind of push out that roster, that would be a little crazy to me. I don't know who on the main roster would willingly want to take that L and be like, okay, yeah, I'll take the loss and just exit the company. It's all.
I mean, if you have, I mean, you're losing. You're
gonna lose your job regardless. You might as well look good doing it.
What if it was like Survivor Series? You know what I mean? 5 versus 5 for contracts. If you get pinned, you're out. The winner gets a contract and walks backstage. The other person, you're on your way out.
No. What if it's a full 5-on-5, right? Like, nobody gets a contract until the last person gets eliminated. So like you're literally all 5 of you are literally fighting for your jobs.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 of you fighting for your
crazy.
jobs, and you're facing against NXT's best and brightest.
War games, ladder match, contract on top.
No. I'm talking about
the ladder match doesn't start until everybody's in the cage,
bro. And it would be
you call the match the Cater Saver. Boom,
bro.
In catering, you're in the Cater Saver match.
Nah, but listen, man.
I like that.
That'd be pretty fire. But they did the same thing with To the Moon. My man's booted old boy in his chest with the quickness, and they still did nothing with him.
Did y'all see the meme where it's like Apollo Crews handing Matt Cardona the keys to catering?
It's actually pretty funny. So let's talk best fits, gentlemen, shall we? All right. So I'm gonna count them as one entity. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega. Where they going?
TNA.
Agreed. TNA.
That's not
Zelina
bad.
Vega is part of TNA royalty. She's going to TNA.
All right. Aleister Black going with her?
Oh, of course. 100%. He follows his wife wherever she can go.
Listen, good smart man.
Against the righteous.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life. Okay, the Rotunda 6. It'll be dope. They all hit the indies together. I promise you. It'll be the dopest shit ever. They would sell
like
out.
That?
Yes. Maybe not without the mask, because that might be WWE property. But if they
I don't
pop
think Bo
out,
wants to wrestle.
maybe not.
Bo wasn't wrestling for a while, and then they made him come. Well, they didn't make him come back. Let me rephrase that. He was willing to come back to work with his brother and continue his legacy. But for a long while, they said Bo was living a simple farm life when he was dating Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I would say Bo out of that group. Bo, as NetRam said, Bo's probably done with wrestling unless he gets called back to maybe coach or to do something like that. I think Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis would definitely hit the indies along with Nikki Cross. Joey Gacy, I kind of see the same route, but I'm pulling him to go towards AEW. I think he would thrive there. Not the rest of that talent wouldn't, but again, out of all of the members of that group, I'm probably a fan most of Joey Gacy. So
I think Eric Rowan is done, isn't he? He only came back for the storyline.
I think he's done too. I think Nikki Cross will go to MLW with her husband, Big Damo. Formerly known as Killian Dane for WWE fans. I think Dexter Loomis will be the one who helps Indy Hartwell win her first championship. I think they'll reunite that. And I think Joe Gacy will go to AEW.
All right, that's pretty fun.
I
like that too, yeah.
I like that too. I do think something tells me I think Bo might explore AEW and explore the Dark Order and just do something with just being family of the Exalted One. And I think that'd be really cool to pay homage to that guy, to Bray as well. Or not Bray, well, obviously his brother, and just somebody who his brother tagged with. So that'd be cool to see something, him paying homage to Brody and Bray would be dope if that was the case. But like my brother said, he was living a simple farm life. He just got tired of wrestling. I think he just got exhausted of it, and it makes sense. WWE can be exhausting.
That's fine. To each their own. As long as you live a life that you're happy and comfortable with, that doesn't harm nobody else, live your truth, man. Santos Escobar, they said he's going to CMLL. He was going to go there before WWE re-signed him.
Yeah, I think that, and I also think AEW. I think he'll be the guy.
I think he'll start off in CMLL, then he'll work his way up to dual contract.
I think it's the opposite. CMML is very publicly spoken about. They don't want wrestlers who betray them and wrestle in AAA. And Santo did wrestle in AAA. It's why Andrade wasn't willing to do it. I think he'll go to AEW. He's Rush's boy. You know,
but they already spoke about it. Well, rumors, of course, but they said that he was most likely going to go to CMLL before WWE came through in the last minute and re-signed him.
And threw a bag at him.
Yeah.
I mean, things change. I'm sure CMLL would make an exception for him. He definitely blew up when they had that whole character change when he betrayed the LWO. I was all for it. I thought it was a great repackaging for him. So CMLL makes sense for Santos, yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying you got Andrade, you got Rush. If you can get Santos, that's the 3 original LFI members. That's a big faction.
We don't need any more factions in AEW right now.
We need more factions.
Alba Fire, I can see it going to AEW. Reunite with Isla Dawn for the women's tag division. Also do some singles work.
I think Ring of Honor. I think she'll go to Ring of Honor.
I think Ring of Honor is more likely for her.
That's fine. Dante Chen, Indies, right? Miscellaneous Indies.
Dante Chen, listen, my guy.
He'll be on a poster that says former WWE star on Indie.
Dante Chen, I know you're a fan of the show. You listen every week. Go out to GCW or go out to ECPW. Work with my guy, the Zombie King. He will get you right. And hey, you never know what's going to happen after that.
How about the developmental guys that got released? I know there was like a good handful of them that got cut.
I feel like we're skipping a big one right now. I feel like you skipped
Apollo Crews. Yeah, we're skipping a big one. Apollo.
I was gonna touch back to him. I just wanted to touch base
joking.
on the.
He's not a big. He got 10 years of checks. He's living fine.
I think Apollo would do good in Indy. Like Chad said, he can go and explore and do things. He's a good wrestler. He has a bag. Creative just didn't know what to do with him.
Bro, he's little Bobby Lashley, bro. He's the next member of the Hurt Syndicate.
Be okay with that.
That's nuts.
You know what? If MVP and Sean Benjamin started recruiting, if AEW started with Bobby Lashley crying, and MVP said, "Why are you crying?" and he's like, "Because this dude, Sean or whoever, says I'm old and I need to retire, and we need to recruit the next group of guys, and it's old boy as little Bobby Lashley." I'm okay with that.
If Chano gets a shout out on AEW before I do, I'm crying.
It'd be the best of my life. I would drive down to North Carolina to pick up Nick Ram's tears and put them in a jar.
Jeez,
it'll be my biggest podcast accomplishment. All right. That being said, we're gonna go to ad real quick, and then we're gonna talk about what's the best fit for Kairi Sane.
You know what's the best fit for Kairi Sane?
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
Oh, talking about the bad guy. Happy birthday to the bad guy. Today is his big B-Day. Old boy is 31 years old today. Happy birthday to you, brother.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Cakes
happy
and
birthday
candles,
to
my
VP.
guy. Cakes and candles. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. Apparently, you're enjoying it too much. Apparently, you're not enjoying it too much because you're not watching the pod right now. But that's fine. It is what it is. I'm going to talk about the best fit for Kairi Sane. I feel like it is very obviously Stardom.
Yep.
Really?
Stardom
Yeah.
has no
Stardom?
stars. Channel hit it right on the point. They have no stars anymore. They need Kairi Sane.
Bro, it was reported that she didn't even wait. She packed her bags and was ready on a flight back home in Japan, bro.
I mean, it's not the first time it happened to her, bro.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not mad at it. I would love to be in Japan right now too. I can't be mad at it.
Stardom, I guess, would definitely make the most sense since I believe she's, that's like home turf for her. But I guess, hot one would be AEW. There's a ton of potential dream matches. I feel you would have her against, who would it be? Jamie Hayter, Mercedes Moné, who I believe she's wrestled those two women in Japan in the past. So there's a couple of decent, good matches for Kairi over there in AEW. So I would rather see her over there.
You could still do that with Forbidden Door though. You could still.
I was gonna say that. I think that's a Forbidden Door thing.
Like a Forbidden Door thing.
You can still do that, and they can still travel to Stardom. You know what I mean? Her going to Stardom doesn't stop any of those matches.
Kairi Sane versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Tekla.
Banger. Listen, I'm happy for her, man. She gets to wrestle and be utilized and wrestles the way she wants to. 100%. It's not like wrestling. It's not like the moment you cut from WWE, your career's over. Hell no. You get to reinvent yourself. Who are you? This is the moment where you have to look inside yourself and be like, what do I want from wrestling?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I was saying. It's like I was saying earlier. I believe, for most wrestlers, the dream is WWE. That's like the NFL, the MLB, the NBA of professional wrestling. So it's kind of like when you get cut from there, from your job, you get fired. It's like, shit, my dream job is over with. But again, this is where me and Channel kind of said earlier in the podcast. It's it's a little messed up. You never want to see no one go, but it's also a bit of excitement because you get to see what these wrestlers are really made of. Do you love this business, or were you just in it for a paycheck? Because although we love to joke and say they were in catering, whatever the case is, they were living well being in catering for X amount of years. I'm not trying to shit on Apollo Crews because, as Marcus said, he's a great talent. He's good in the ring. He has a great physique. But what has he been doing at least the last 3 years? Just 3 years minimum. Nothing we could really say. But I tell you what, he's been collecting them checks real well. So let's see what you do now in the indies. Let's see that talent. Let's see what you made of. Make a name for yourself.
Listen, man, it's all about how bad you want it. I do want to change. Any last thoughts on these cuts and best fits before we take a deep dive? Indies.
MMA.
Olympics.
MMA is crazy.
Oh, she's gonna fight Ronda Rousey, bro.
I don't even know who shot at MMA, but you are a wild man. Mad disrespectful. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Like Gabe Stevenson. Let's do the Gabe Stevenson run.
Ooh, don't bring him up. That's not a name we want to bring up.
Jesus. All right, listen. Indies, hone her craft, and then she'll go somewhere nice. You know what I mean? Listen, it's all about how bad you want it. If getting cut derails your wrestling dream, AEW.
100%.
Yeah.
It's not even worth a second conversation.
Chano's gonna hate it, but it's gonna be the oldest match. It's gonna be them versus the Bucks versus FTR versus Edge and Christian.
That's right. That's gonna be a banger. A banger. Edge and Cope.
Miserable. I hope
best of 7.
Don't forget, Channel. We're gonna see them at Double
versus the Rock and Roll Express.
I know, bro. I'm gonna be mad excited. I'm gonna get to sing Edge's theme song. First time live, bro. I'm actually really excited about that.
Agreed.
I'm about to save my vocals for that moment. Did we miss anybody's best fits?
No, I think we got all the main ones. You think AEW?
I think he reunites with Duke Hudson.
Could be. That'd be pretty nice.
He's in the indies, man.
And maybe
he's someone I think is gonna kill it on the indies.
I just hope Chana's right. I hope he gets out of that damn sweater.
Bro, that's what I want.
I hope he gets real wrestling attire.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those.
He gets real wrestling attire.
I think he's one of those indie guys that will take like that gimmick instead of Chase U, will be whatever his real name is, U, and he'll kill it on the indies as far as like merch sales. He'll be an attraction. He's an attraction. I see him on an indie flyer. I want to see it.
Because you're getting a former WWE star, so he could definitely
Exactly.
play off that. And again, just build from that. It's totally fine. Use that cachet that the WWE gave you, and just work. Because as I said earlier, I try to get behind him, but I never seen how he was like the leader of Chase U. I'm like, this guy sucks.
He was
But again,
wise. He
He was
was
wise.
wise. He was a professor. It's not
Yeah,
that he
but
was
they
the
almost
leader.
lost the school, so it's like,
He
how
was a
wise are you?
teacher.
He had
Bro.
gambling addiction. Tano, what do you mean?
He was smart enough to last longer than his students. Except Thea Hale. Good job, Thea.
She dropped out of school at the right time.
Shout out to Thea.
All right. We have a couple more things in the roster for you guys, but we will come back after we have another ad, right?
Yes, sir, we do.
Well, let's go run our second ad. Boom.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad on the merch? Nah, we just made a power move. We've officially stepped into a big arena, and now you can find us on ProWrestlingTees.com. Brandy came through clutch, and now it's time to level up your drip. Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, every promo lives on through what you wear. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling designs, we're bringing the heat like never before. This isn't just merch. It's a statement. It's the culture. It's you. So don't wait. Pull up to ProWrestlingTees.com, look up 4 Sides to the Ring, rep the squad, and unleash your inner champion. Don't forget, tell them the bad guy sent you.
The bad guy sends us everywhere, man. Once again, happy birthday, Brody. Appreciate you. Once again, thank you, Rick 8-Bit, for doing that unwrapping video for us, brother. We appreciate you. The founders right now are rocking some merch.
I am. My
He's
merch.
He's
My own
rocking his
jersey.
merch.
I'm rocking my own jersey.
Listen, he feeling himself. Boston got clapped. It's gonna be Boston Philly game 7, whenever that is.
Today's but it don't matter because the Knicks are up.
Knicks and 6 always, babies. Knicks and 6 always.
Knicks and 6.
I do want to confer to my three other panelists. Let's talk about Darby Allin and his reign as world champion. And that's it. That's how I'm leaving it open-ended. I want to talk about Darby Allin and the AEW World Championship. What does this mean for you, and how do you see it going? And let's start with the founder.
Ah, man. This tells me Tony Khan believes in his wrestlers and that he is willing to take chances, and he is willing to show the world that small guys can do it on an all-time major level and keep performing and not give up. The fact that Darby Allin has been week to week defending his title has been very impressive, because we haven't seen anybody in AEW do that in a minute, because it's been nothing but heels. So the fact we got this face out here putting on for their company and just being a great champion is great. I think Darby Allin is doing amazing things. I don't know how long this could last, though. You can kind of see the toll. I mean, my man's taking some ass whoopings, bro. That match with Brody was crazy. He is taking some ass whoopings, but he's tough. I mean, you don't climb Mount Everest for nothing, right? You don't do it if you're not tough. So I don't know how long this will last. I give him to Double or Nothing. I do think at Double or Nothing we watch MJF win the title back.
I hope so. All right, let's go, Nit Ram.
He said, "I hope so."
It's gonna last a Double or Nothing. I think he does drop the title there. What Darby is doing is something that AEW needed, and that's establishing other main eventers. For a long time, it was Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, MJF. Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, MJF. John Moxley, who fought Hangman, Swerve, MJF. Now we got the Jet. We got Kevin Knight in the picture. We got Brody King. We got Ciampa, who had a great match with Darby. He's establishing the fact that there's a whole locker room back there of main event guys, and any of these guys can be champion at any moment. And it's one of those things that I really loved about Samoa Joe. Never had long title reigns, but he always wins in a shock and always drops it quick. And I think Darby's going to drop it at Double or Nothing, and we'll remember it because he defended it like 13 times up until then. My dude's doing it every week. So he deserved it. It's well deserved. Like Marcus said, Tony's showing that he not only trusts these guys, he definitely shows appreciation. You deserve this. You deserve to be on that list with everybody else. So
would it be the most title defenses in AEW history?
I think Orange Cassidy has that. Orange Cassidy went like
For the
almost a
AEW
full
title?
year.
For the AEW
No,
World title?
he was international, whatever it was. One of those 6 man
I have to
cards
look
they
that up.
got.
Nah, because Darby's only defended it twice.
Twice. He's won it just a couple of weeks ago, and that's what I was gonna say. Just kind of piggybacking off a Nit Ram. This is great for Darby. I will say, when it first happened, I remember texting our group chat, and I was kind of like, this is kind of just crazy, way too soon. It's just because Mania is it's approaching. But since then, I've loved it. We get to see the title every week being defended, which is really big, at least for me. And this kind of reminds me, if I could make a quick comparison here, just kind of compares. I could compare Darby Allin to Mick Foley when he won the title from The Rock back in 1999. It was a shock. It was an awe. And just like Mick Foley was, and like Darby Allin, they're not your prototypical champion, right? They're kind of just your regular person. We don't only just like the character, but we also like the person that they are. They've been with the company for a long time, and we respect Darby Allin much like Mick Foley, just simply because he dies for us, man. He puts his body on the line every week to whether if it's a title match or not, and I think it's great. And just like you guys said, I do believe it'll be dropped at Double or Nothing. Just like Mick Foley, I believe that title reign was only about a month or two. So this is great for Darby. Just like Marcus said, establishing finally a top guy, someone who more than deserves it. He's been with the company since the inception. And it's just honestly great to see.
And not even a single boot, right? Because we all love MJF so much. To the fact that when Darby got it, we were all so shocked that he finally got it. And then when he defended it, it was just like, oh shit, this is about to be fun. Like this is about to be awesome.
And even with MJF, like I think MJF is just so over. Like I believe last night he took a L to Kevin Knight for the title, and he's so over. He could take a clean victory, man. Like it won't hurt him. It won't hurt him at all. So like him losing to Darby is totally fine. I know we're not talking about last night's match, but him losing last night's match is totally fine. MJF is over, and now we're establishing that finally with Darby. Besides him just being like a crash test dummy, it's like he has a few titles under his belt, and he was really well at defending it when he was that champion.
I think it's also good for Darby too because he finally has that sense where we are behind him, and I think maybe that's one of the senses where he didn't want to grab the AEW title, where it's just like, because what if they're not behind me? And then it was like when we were ready for him to grab it, he took the stint with Sting, and that was great. And then it was okay. Now Sting is gone. Now you got to go grab the AEW World title. My man went and climbed Mount Everest, or he couldn't even climb Mount Everest because he had the injury from the Sting match. Then after that, then got hit by a bus. And then like China would say, he'd come and be like, yeah, I want to be AEW World Champion. But my man did all the side missions in the world. And I can't be mad at him because it's your life and you do all the things that you want to do in your life to make you happy, and that's what he did. And he came back to wrestling, and that's what matters. He came back and he did, and he's doing great things. He won the world title at a shock. Nobody ever saw that coming, especially on a Wednesday, which, like even Chano said, is just like, or not a Wednesday. I'm sorry, no, it was a Wednesday, right? It was a Wednesday. It was a Dynamite
right before Mania weekend.
Right, and it was one of those things that Tony did, and Chana doesn't like that he did. He did it on a Wednesday, so we got a title change on a regular weekday, and it was great, man. It's been fun for the last 3 weeks. It's been really, really fun. And
agreed.
He's been the main guy to talk about when it comes to world titles outside of my guy, the Tribal Chief.
Yeah, listen, it's great for wrestling, man. Especially have a pure babyface like Darby Allin, who's really well over with the children as well. You know what I mean? You see all these little kids in the face paint showing up with little vans and little skateboards. Is dope. It's great for them. And I hate babyface champions because they're so. But
Darby isn't your regular babyface. He's a little badass, bro. Like
no. He's not clean cut babyface, but he does the babyface things that I don't like. Right? Like I hate when I hate when babyfaces give title shots. Like, bro, what do you mean, bro? You fought your whole life for that one moment to hold the belt, and you want to be a fighting champion? What's wrong with you? It doesn't make sense to me, dog. You know what I mean?
I mean, but that's like your boy. That's like your boy, the OC. He's just like, oh, I want to touch. I guess we can
I
wrestle.
mean, that's family. That's different. You know what I mean?
I mean,
said
look,
it's
I will.
family.
Well, it's funny is if it's like, hey, listen, Jacob, if you need some money, I'll just throw you some bread, bro. Like it's all good. We don't
Yeah,
gotta fight.
you don't gotta fight for this,
You know what
dog.
I'm saying? You want to put your kids to better school? I got you, bro. Like, don't even worry about it.
You know, but the one thing I appreciate, Darby hasn't, to my knowledge, Darby hasn't gone. This is for you, the people, the fans. I love you. I dedicate the championship to you. I hate when baby faces do that shit, man. It's hurts the shit out of me.
But that's why they do it. It's like they're
Yeah.
saving wrestling. The only
It's
time,
terrible.
the only time I truly hate it is when Cody's saying it. Other than that, any other baby face, super valid. When Cody says it, I don't believe it.
That's
So like when
He
actually
only
Darby,
does it for his dad, bro. It's never for us. Everything
when
he does,
Darby,
he's still waiting for Dustin to give him a thumbs up.
100%.
That's
But when Darby's out there and says,
crazy.
"I won the AEW World Title for you guys," I believe that. I believe that he's gonna make sure that MJF and the Death Riders don't ever get it again.
It's actually mad funny. Fucking the Death Rider is training Will Ospreay to have that kind of instinct, like Will just isn't a dog.
That's who beats. But that's who beats Darby
Right.
Allin. It's gonna be heel Will Ospreay, who goes
No.
into Wembley as world champion.
I mean, I
I
don't know.
mean, what's going on? What
So
is
you think
MJF
Darby's winning at
Double or
Double or
Nothing?
Nothing?
What's going on? You just told me MJF was winning the strap back, and now Will
I didn't say he
Ospreay.
was winning. I said Darby loses at Double or Nothing. I never said MJF is going to be the one to beat him.
Can you put
Okay,
the?
you're saying
Can
MJF's not getting beat.
I'm saying Will Ospreay wins the title next and goes into Wembley Stadium in his home country as
You think as a
world
heel?
champion, and he fights a now turned babyface Kyle Fletcher, and that's the match.
Can we pull up Mark's
You
comment,
think
please?
Will Ospreay goes in as a heel?
Yeah, he's gonna be a Death Rider, bro. He's going in as heel.
Yeah,
Brainwash
bro.
him.
This is the funny. It's my fault to cut you off, Tino. This would be the best thing that ever happened in wrestling. Do the double storyline one more time at Double or Nothing with Darby Allin and Will Ospreay, bro. I would pop. It would be so bad. It would be amazing. Do you understand that? Seeing the little double vignettes again with people fucking getting faded in the back.
And it's Adam Cole.
Bro, this will single-handedly save wrestling. I promise you it would, bro.
It's funny, just real quick on the Will Ospreay Death Riders thing. I personally feel it's kind of like a spy kind of thing for Will. I don't think it'll be super him just going full heel. I think it's kind of him like a spy. And it's like I said a couple weeks ago, I am just even more invested with this Death Riders thing. I just love Moxley. He's talking all serious to Will Ospreay and like looks at Pac. He's like boop boop boop. I'm like, what am I watching? it's like but I'm totally invested in it. It's like I can't wait to see what's next. I'm a fan either way, so we'll see. We'll see what's in store with Will, but I don't agree he'll be a heel. I do think it's kind of like a spy kind of thing. Maybe him trying to take out the Death Riders from within. But we'll see how everything plays out. There's a lot of time until Wembley. Well, it's a couple months.
I do like the double agent, Tina, but I do think while he's being a double agent, he's going to learn a lot from those guys, the Death Riders, and I think John Moxley is going to turn Will Ospreay into the ultimate weapon, and I think that's the story that they're going to go with, turning Will Ospreay into the ultimate weapon.
It's kind of crazy because he's already a dog,
right?
All right. Last thing I did want to talk about the future of wrestling, not just WWE, but the future entirely of wrestling.
Zombie King.
Shout out to TZK. He hasn't sent us his match cards. That's why we haven't been promoting them. He makes me feel like a groupie every single time I ask for his match cards. Because he just tells me to go on his Instagram, and I'm like, what does that mean? The future of wrestling, next 10 years, give me who the main stars of the company are. Give me 3 names.
For all of wrestling?
All of wrestling. Next 10 years.
Three names in the next 10 years?
That's going to be the face of wrestling. Kyle's good.
Obafemi.
Okay.
Damn, this is a tough one.
It is tough.
This third one is a tough one. Give me MJF. For the
Okay.
women, give me man, I like Sol Ruka. I like Miss Parker. And I like Willow.
Okay. Nick Ram, you got yours off the top. I give Thanos some time to think.
Off the top, I like Kyle Fletcher. I think Takeshita in 10 years is the star, not just Japan, but probably international markets. MJF, I think, is going to be a star for the next 20 years. And then, of course, CM Punk's still going to be riding those coattails, bro. Nah, I'm just trying to. When it comes to the woman, I don't know if you guys saw the NXT debut of who is now being called Lizzie Rain. That girl's an absolute
Yes.
dog. I think
Yep.
she'll be one of the top tiers in a couple years. Not let alone not just the face. I think she will be the woman in WWE. Willow, I've always had high hopes for Willow, and I mean, realistically, I think Megan Bain is probably going to be the biggest AEW woman star in a couple of years.
Yeah,
So
Megan's a great shout.
Okay.
Megan is a great shout. So if I had to pick, let's see, 3 for each, I would say Braun Breaker. I'm a big Braun guy. We could all agree on MJF. I would say Chris Jericho for sure. Pretty sure in 10 years he'll be. No, I'm just being stupid. Takeshita for sure. I think Takeshita is going to be amazing in 10 years. A big fan of Takeshita. For the women's side, if I had to pick for the women's side, I would say Tiffany. No, sorry, I forgot about her comments. I would agree with Nit Ram. I would agree with Nit Ram with Tekla. I'm a big fan of Tekla now. I think Rhea could still hold things down for the next 10 years, even though she's been a couple years in already. For a last woman, I'm trying to think of other names than what the boys just said. Can't really think. I don't want to take too much time, but I would just agree with Megan Bain. I think Megan Bain is going to be just a star the next 10 years. What we've seen so far from her, I think, is just scratching the surface. She's a star. That's all I could say. And besides the physique, the look, she could go in the ring. Power moves. She's not bad technically. She could go. So I'm excited to see what Megan could do in the next 10 years. Get her out of that kind of tag division and make her a main state there in AEW while she's there.
she's
All you
Jade
guys are
Cargill
haters.
with wrestling skills.
All you guys are haters. I thought all y'all were real ones. None of you guys named Dominic Mysterio. So you guys aren't as real as I thought you guys were. All you guys is haters.
I love
It's
Dom.
cool.
I love Dom.
No. It's cool. I
No.
see true colors.
It's
Still
just
Triple H
it's
champion
just
in 10 years.
it's right. No, it's not even that. In 10 years, like in a weird sense, man. Like I just think the guys that I name are on a different level. Not saying that Dom's not on that same level. Not saying that Dom's not on that level.
Crazy.
Right? But like when you wake up and like, dude, you could throw the strap tomorrow on Obafemi.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Listen, disrespecting a world champion currently is nuts. So I'm gonna go Dom, Oba, Kyle Fletcher. That's actually pretty funny. Women, I'm gonna go somebody who you haven't named, Kendall Gray, dog.
Kendall is a dog.
Yeah,
Kendall
that
is a
slipped my
dog.
mind. Good shout.
Yeah.
Dog. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go. I don't know how she is.
It's another good one too.
Soul's young. I think Soul's young.
I pray good things for Soul. I just think she has a bad knee.
My fault. I'm drawing a blank on her name. She was just AEW Women's Champion.
Tony Storm?
No. God, no.
Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander. How old is Chris Statlander?
She got to be mid-20s, right?
No, I think she's in her
No.
30s.
She's 30. No, she's 30. Chris Stanley in 10 years still gonna be an absolute dog.
In,
Yeah.
in 10 years,
This
she'll
is
still be an
prime-
absolute
prime
dog.
years.
She gonna be an absolute dog. She's
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think Chris is wrestling until she's 40, bro.
She is. Don't take that away from me.
Okay. I won't try to.
Take that away from me, dog. That being said,
Is there
Oh,
anybody that
man.
y'all have high hopes for that just might shock somebody? Like, for example, I always have high hopes for Ren Sinclair. I always wish that's Ren Sinclair, and she's getting better and better. But
Yeah,
I really like her.
I agree with Warren Sinclair.
Yeah,
If I
I
had
mean,
to pick someone really fast, I'm sorry, Marcus, just really
No, go
fast
ahead.
because first thought that came to mind, Tony D'Angelo, especially right now with this whole change here in NXT. He's the champion, the face of NXT at the moment. As we mentioned maybe a week or so ago, this is his opportunity to show what he could do. He dropped that mafia gimmicky thing. It's more of a regular character. And Tony D'Angelo. I'm a big Tony D'Angelo guy. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I want to see my girl Athena Rick have it on the AEW Women's roster. That's all. That's all.
I don't know what's going on with this. Who I have high hopes for? Austin Theory.
Yes.
I want to believe he finally gets it done and figures out something that works for him, man. Super talented. That being said, your boy's fading. I wasted all my energy laughing at Atlanta Hawks fans on Twitter. we smacked them. We smacked them by 51. Then Boston lost. So tonight's a great night.
It's a good night.
Listen, guys, we got to get Tino to 100 views on TikTok so I can post his dancing video. I will post it here on the podcast. Strictly for
I
you
promise
guys.
you, it's not worth it. You don't need to do that. It's fine.
No, it's great. All right, Tino, tell the people where they can find you.
All right, folks. So you can catch me at King_Groove16. That is on TikTok, and just regular King of Groove on Twitter. I'm here every Thursday with the boys, all social media platforms. It was another good week of wrestling. Look forward to the next one.
See, my man said King of Groove. I gotta show the dancing videos to show the people you got no rhythm. Your Twitter name is a lie. Nitram, let the people know where to find you.
You can find me on Twitter at NITRAM_4SOTR. That's NITRAM_4SOTR, where I don't really tweet about wrestling anymore, but I'm on there. I've been talking about shows I want to be on Netflix.
Marcus, let the people
sign them, Netflix. You can follow me at the founder of MH. Go buy our t-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com. 4 sides of the ring. Go look us up.
True. You can find me absolutely nowhere because I don't want you guys to figure out what the hell I'm doing at any given moment. And plus, I just post Nick stuff and Power Ranger AI clips. Honestly, that's my Instagram feed. That's literally it, guys. But you can find us at 4 sides of the ring on every single social media platform, except for Twitter. On Twitter, it is 4SIDES. Jesus Christ, OTR.
We really gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, that's messing me up completely. But, however, find us everywhere. We'll be live every Thursday. Listen,
Yes,
Knicks and 6 always, baby. We made the second round. Atlanta could never stop us. Boston can't stop us. Philly can't stop us. Detroit can't stop us. Cleveland can't stop us. Oklahoma City can't stop us. Tino, you hear me? You can't stop us. You can't stop us. We're too powerful.
You can't stop
We're
us.
too strong.
We're coming. Double or nothing.
And Jesus on our sides. We'll see you next week, guys. Peace, love, and
See y'all next
happiness.
week.